morning. I'm going to use this time today to just use a few oils. Is anyone surprised? And I'm so happy to see someone already on. But today I chose 4 blends to begin with, just to get me ready for this session in these 3 minutes. So the first one I chose is Awaken. And my intent with this blend is to awaken to the possibilities that are available to me at every given moment. We all have the same minutes and same seconds in every single day, and it's a question of how we choose to spend those minutes. Would you agree? So I'm choosing to awaken to the possibilities that are actually presented to me. And I'm enjoying this beautiful blend of blends. And I'm intending that this awakening will begin my transformation. So I'm applying Transformation Blend. And just intending that this transformation come about, and it will bring with it inspiration. Another one of my favorite blends that I have not used very often. In fact, I have a very old bottle of inspiration here. Guess I haven't used it to its highest potential. And then finally, I'm going to intend that whatever I awaken to bring me joy in every moment. So I'm going to apply Joy Blend. Is Joy Blend the favorite blend of any of you? So many people love it. And for so much of my life, or actually, I had very little joy in my life. And when I first started using Gary Young's blends with Young Living, I smelled joy, and he talked about it as being such a special blend. And I thought, I don't like this. That's a dead giveaway. When we find that we don't like a blend, he said, you need it. And if you really don't like it, you probably really need it. So this was a clue for me, and I'm now finding, thankfully, that I like Joy Blend much better. So let me see, looks like we're right about 11 o'clock. So good morning and happy Sunday. I'm so happy you're choosing to spend your time with me. And today, we've been talking over the past weeks a lot about checking in with yourself, often throughout the day. So first of all, last week I gave you kind of an assignment, and that was to select a very special single oil or blend that you could carry with you at all times to reward yourself every time you took a moment to check in and see where you really are or where you really were. So I muscle tested. I used kinesiology to determine which oil, which blend. Now, we all know that Frances would never go anywhere without her Believe. So that automatically was something that was going to be with me. So I muscle tested to find the other perfect blend or single oil for me to carry. And it was a surprise to me which one it was, because I thought I'm going to get some blend or single oil that I don't often use. And what I muscle tested, what my kinesiology showed, was to use Highest Potential, which is a blend that I normally use all the time. every single day. I use it multiple times. So I'm going to use it right now because I have spent the last, actually over an hour, preparing for this. And I am intending to reach my highest potential so that whatever I say will be meaningful for you. And today we decided that we would be going back to the basics. You know, how often do we learn something and then learn something else, and then that it may be a little bit more advanced, and we stop doing the basic things? I'm guilty of this, so I'm not pointing the finger at any of you. It's just something that we all tend to do. We learn something new and we use it and forget about the older things. Maybe we feel that they're not really important. Well, the journey of the glyphs is the most important thing that we feel you could do every single day. And what is the journey of the glyphs? Well, I'm going to go through that and explain why we feel that this is so important. So, first of all, I'm going to point out I have all of the essential oils because each one of the glyphs is anchored by an essential oil, or sometimes it's two singles. And it's very, very helpful for you to apply these oils also. I have already done this morning and I will talk about them. And we also, for those of you who love crystals, the crystals also can anchor these frequencies, and the more you put the frequencies around you, the more you will integrate them into your very physical body, into your DNA, affecting not only your energy, but your entire physical being. Isn't that exciting? So we will talk about the crystals more later this year in another session. But today I'm going to start with why we do this. Well, in early 2019, Stephen and I initiated the New Life Challenge, which is a 30-day transformational guide. It is 30 consecutive days, not just 30 days, 30 consecutive days, which is the real core of the New Life journey. Once you have made that commitment to do 30 consecutive days, you have created a habit. And this will carry forward because every single time that you go through your journey of the glyphs, you will integrate at a deeper level. The words may look the same, the glyphs may look the same. What I sound like I'm saying exactly the same thing, but the energy, the frequencies around it will be slightly different, and they will be stronger and be able to be integrated into your very being. So, what do we do? The first step, I'm big on step-by-step procedures because I was a math teacher, and in math it is very important to do things in the proper order, step by step. And when these glyphs were brought through, there was a definite order to them. So the first thing that is important, I feel, to do is to create your sacred space. Now, what is the sacred space? The sacred space is a safe place where you can focus upon yourself and you can be vulnerable, so that nothing in the outer world is going to interfere with your focus and with your transformational process, with your life journey. So this is the way I picture it, as many of you have seen before. It's with a cylinder around you that stretches all the way up to the source, the creator, and all the way down to the core of earth and connecting on the other side with the creator again. So this carves out that spatial place where you can take care of your healing process. And it's important to make that connection with the creator, your source, whatever your concept is. I find that it's very helpful to connect it through the crown chakra at the top of the head, through the base of the spine and the bottoms of each foot, so that that connection grows stronger and stronger with every single moment that passes, with every single breath that you take. And then to create those boundaries around the outside of that cylinder. Now, why do we need boundaries? Because there's so much chaos. Has everybody noticed how all of the rushing and that we have done through this past holiday season, that there's just so much that creeps in that prevents us from doing some of the things that we truly would choose to be doing daily in our lives, and that peace, that comfort of not having external things coming in that distract us and cause us to lose focus. So that's what these boundaries are all about, keeping that chaos outside and making that special place for just you. And we can do this through intent. And I love the cover of the Journey book because it is sparkly, and it's to have those shiny silver energies that reflect back to the sender anything harmful that might be directed towards you. And to have that sparkly golden frequency that will transmute. Gold has that ability to transmute negativity. And we all have negativity, whether it's inside our cylinder or outside. The point is that we choose to have it neutralized. So we're neutralizing, we're not healing what's outside our cylinder, we're healing what's inside where we are. So does that make any sense? So then we're going to just intend that there be harmony inside. And the best way that I have found to create harmony is to bring in all of the glyphs of the rainbow healing. So as we're bringing in these glyphs, now this is what I call the journey of the glyphs. And the reason they're in such a special order is that the first one, forgiveness, is all about this. This is going to unblock wherever we have blocks. We have blocks at the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual levels. Sometimes we don't realize that we have blocks, but every one of us does have blocks from time to time, and we're very fortunate if we ever get rid of all of them all at one time. So that is what this energy, this golden pink, this warm pink energy of this glyph and geranium essential oil can do for you. So as you're thinking about this now, I'm undecided as to how much time I will spend on each glyph today, but I do want to give you this idea that you can then use your kinesiology. Now, if you don't know what kinesiology or muscle testing are, Google it. I have it, it's in the Rainbow Healing book that comes with the cards. It's on my website. What I use, there are really many, many, many different methods. And the key is to choose one that appeals to you and to stick with it. Now, I personally put my thumb and my middle finger together and make a little chain and ask, show me my yes, which should be very, very strong that I can't pull it apart. And show me my no, which I cannot hold together even when I'm not pulling them very hard. And I test, are my blocks at the physical level? Thankfully, no, right this moment. Do I have blocks at the emotional level? Yes, I do. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to apply that geranium, and I'm going to think of this glyph and this color, this beautiful warm pink color, golden pink, filling my entire physical form and energy field and moving wherever it needs to go to dissipate, to neutralize those blocks. Sometimes I find that intending that they're moving upward may happen very easily, but coming down would be more difficult. The block would be at a different place, perhaps. It's not important necessarily for us to know, to identify the blocks, just to take a moment and breathe and intend that this beautiful pink frequency, it is also anchored by rhodochrosite crystal, that it fill and go to wherever it needs to go throughout your entire being to eliminate those blocks. And then go on to the mental level. Fortunately, I don't have any right now. And then to the spiritual level. Are there any blocks? No. So am I clear on all of these at this moment? And if I test yes, then I go to the second step. So I've spent just a little bit of time to intend to clear out the blocks. If there are blocks there, we don't need to go any farther, because if we go farther, we're skimming over the top. We're really not getting down to what needs to happen in order for us to really be transformed. Am I making sense? So, what is the second step? The second step, after we've gotten things moving, is to create our unique energy flow, our authentic energy signature, because every single one of us has a very special energy signature that's perfect for us. It is not perfect for anyone else, and other people's energy is not perfect for you. You may have experienced that when you're around certain people, you just don't feel comfortable. And around others, you may feel comfortable because their energy is compatible with yours. So this is the pink lavender, I call it. It's a purple, but it is that pinkish lavender of structure, which is going to enable us to build our true energy field, our true energy signature. Isn't that exciting? And what essential oil is going to help that? It's going to be lavender. So as we apply lavender, breathing it in, we're intending that those frequencies fill every single portion of our being to create that special energy flow, our unique energy flow. And what will result from this is that we will not only feel strong physically or energetically, but we will actually be creating healthy cells, the energy that produces our healthy cells and our healthy molecules, and actually goes all the way down to the DNA level. Isn't that exciting? Wow. So we're going to take another breath, a nice deep breath, and then we're going to do the next step. What is the next step? The next step is to take off our masks, to gain our authenticity, and this is that golden apricot, that sparkly energy of apricot color that will assist us in taking off those masks and to actually identify, to see who we truly are. And this can be aided by cedar wood and also by copaiba and honqua. So whichever or all of them. Many times I like to use all three of these essential oils to support me in understanding and identifying who I am and taking off those masks. We've worn them, most of us, for so long that it's really very difficult for us to understand who we really are. And how can we possibly accomplish what we came here to do if we're not authentic? And we kind of need a little idea of what we need to do. So we're taking these masks off. And so after this happens, it's very, very important for us to nurture ourselves with this turquoise energy of compassion, that nurturing of self and others, but particularly of self. Most of us have this tendency to nurture others, but to forget about taking care of ourselves, particularly our little inner child. If I'm speaking to any of you, I'm also speaking to myself. So the essential oils that anchor that there are three of them. There's the Idaho balsam fir, the Idaho spruce, and the Northern Lights black spruce. All of these can be very, very helpful, along with the aquamarine and aventurine crystals, in bringing these turquoise frequencies into every portion of your being, supporting you in truly nurturing yourself, finding that perfect balance of giving and receiving. This is a difficult thing for most of us, for many of us at least, because we tend not to remember how to receive. We have gotten pretty good at giving, and then when someone attempts to give to us, we often push it away. So this is that energy that is going to bring about the balance that will allow you to be full at all times, to have that perfect balance of giving and receiving, to have all of the frequencies that are important, to be able to give to others and to give to yourself. So these first four have been all about, really, they're the basic first four steps. Remember, we're clearing the blocks out. We're going to build our own signature. We're going to take off our masks, and we're going to find that balance of giving and receiving, of nurturing ourselves and others. Now, this next one is the real key, and it may be as far as we get today. And we may do the next 5 the next week, because this is so very important. We need to take that breath of life. We need to have fire. This is that golden orange energy that will activate, that will bring into action, that will transform. Think about that first breath that a baby takes in this new life, that is bringing about that new life. And this is the frequency that is going to support you in moving along your new life journey, which is an ongoing process. It is so important for us to breathe, and the essential oils that anchor this, orange and tangerine and mandarin, also will anchor it. along with the crystals of topaz, honey topaz, and honey calcite. And we will be playing with crystals in a few weeks. So, I think I'm going to stop right here because we're talking about stripping ourselves down. And at this point, we really are stripping ourselves down. We have a couple of more steps to really get down to the core of who we are before we then, on the 8th, 9th, and 10th glyphs, can begin building ourselves, our true, authentic selves, to prepare us to fulfill upon the purpose for which we incarnated. So, since I have talked on for quite a while today, I'm going to stop right here and pick up next week, and we will complete the other 5 steps. So remember, we're going to unblock at all levels. We're going to create our energy flow. We're going to understand who we are by looking under those masks that we put on for others. We're going to nurture ourselves and others and find that perfect balance. And we're going to breathe in the breath of life to get us started, to actually move forward and do what we came here to do. So I challenge you this week to sit down, and if you have your cards, get them out and really look at them. Use your oils. That's geranium and lavender, cedarwood, northern lights, black spruce, and orange. And use them, breathe them in. Use the oil that you chose for your checking in special oil. For me, highest potential. Use it to reward yourself every time you go through this process. Whether you take just a few seconds, which is what I just took just now, or whether you take 30 minutes. Get out your journal and write any feelings that you're having, any thoughts that come to your mind without any judgment. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a beautiful, beautiful week filled with lots of exciting transformation, inspiration, and joy.